Welcome to our presentation about the term capital. In the next few minutes, we'll explore what capital means, its different contexts, and why it is a cornerstone concept in both economics and the broader world of business. We will also look at the word capital when used in other non-business situations. Capital is a term with several layers. At its core, capital involves assets, like money, that help start or expand a business, or invest in opportunities. It is the money you need to create more money, essentially. But it's not just a cash-in-hand concept. Capital extends to factors of production, used to generate goods or services. Interestingly, the term traces its roots back to the Latin word capitale, derived from caput, meaning head, reflecting its prime importance. While capital often involves money, it's not money spent on personal, everyday expenses. It's about investment, meant to foster wealth. So, using money to buy a sandwich is not capital. But using money to buy machinery, for a sandwich-making business, is definitely capital. Capital's main role is to create wealth. It might be through direct investment, like expanding a factory, or indirect means, like renting out property or equipment. What counts is that these assets are working to generate more value. Remember, it's not just about having money or assets, it's about using them in ways that increase their value over time. When we talk about capital, we are not just talking about physical money or machinery. We are including intangible assets, like brand names and patents, or even financial instruments like stocks or bonds. Anything that can be used to generate economic value is a form of capital. Not everyone agrees on what should be considered capital. For instance, economist Henry George emphasized that financial instruments don't create new wealth, they just represent ownership of wealth. This perspective reminds us that while assets can be used to generate profit, they don't always add to the total wealth of a community. Capital isn't just about what we own. It is also about what we know and can do. That's where human capital comes in, representing the skills, knowledge, and experiences that people possess, which can be used to create economic value. Think about countries like Japan and Germany. Their post-World War II economic booms were fueled not just by financial investment, but by the rich human capital of their skilled and educated workforces. In the business world, there's a specific type of capital, called working capital. It is the money businesses need to cover their day-to-day operations, the funds that keep the lights on, and the wheels turning. Without enough working capital, a business can't maintain its operations or invest in growth. Capital denotes assets used for investment, whereas a capitalist employs these assets to generate wealth. A capitalist system refers to an economy that facilitates this kind of investment and wealth expansion. Importantly, interpreting capitalists as solely wealthy individuals exploiting others is a myth. To wrap up, capital is a multifaceted concept. It's not just money in the bank, it's a range of assets that can be used to generate more wealth. Whether it's a startup's seed money, a corporation's vast array of physical and intellectual assets, or an individual's skills and education, capital, in all its forms, is the engine that drives economic growth and prosperity. In geography, the word capital refers to the city, which is the political and administrative center of a country or region. The capital of France, for example, is Paris. Capital punishment refers to the death penalty. If you don't believe in capital punishment, you are against the death penalty, that is, you are against executions as a form of punishment. In typography and writing, the term capital letters refers to uppercase letters. The opposite is lowercase letters. Proper nouns, the beginning of sentences, and acronyms use capital letters. Instead of capital letters, we can simply say capitals, as in, could you write that again in capitals, please? Thank you for joining us to explore the concept of the term capital. Whether you're planning to start your own business, studying economics, or just seeking to understand the world a little better, we hope you've found this insight into capital enlightening.